Junior Invitational ABYC. This is going to be a tough regatta. Newport Harbor's got their people dialed in. Long Beach, ABYC 7938. This guy thought that 7938 was over, but that was a masterful start. Everybody did a great job of pre-start practice, but I am concerned here that we were up the line so much, but we'll just have to see. Good way to get a lane. One of our goals for A's, B's, and C1s is to work on independent tactical decision making. So we're throwing everything at making our own game plan, not asking the coach which side's favored, all that. We got to look up wind, we got to have a game plan. Our theory is that the wind is going to shift right. Port tack is lifted. So anyway, we'll see what happens. You look at us moving. Look, we're about to line up with the trees, and so we are moving. So that's holding them up away from the line. It's pushing them to leeward. And this is the B fleet. The problem is that we've got the A fleet. What we saw was that this end was not good. So our B fleeters here are in deep trouble. Lorelei should look at 8798. What happened? Whoa. The good news is that it's a little bit more of a righty. Clara Stewart, beautiful. Look at her.
I don't think they got the time right.
The footer.
Yeah.
Oh, she should have kept going, but that's all right. I love that start. She just came off the line and she just naturally goes. But the point of this is our team should have seen the A fleet struggling mightily there, and should have pushed more down towards that pin end. So B fleet failed in doing their pre-race research. There's 2 tacks in the first couple of minutes. That might have been a good idea, because I think you are doing well, Jack, on those guys. Definitely looked like there was confusion about the time on the start. Okay, C1 start. I like it. Poppy 10022. She was the one person who pushed to the left of middle.
Yeah.
Hudson right in the middle. That's good. But again, when you watch locals all starting down towards the pin, that's another indicator. If you don't see any of your friends, but you see everybody else, you're probably like, we need to consider starting down there. So Fenton's in second. This is going to be a battle in the A fleet.
Yeah.
The starts are not going to matter that much. That is nuts down there. That's the A fleet in race 1 of the Junior Invitational, and you've got A fleeters going to the yellow buoy that's about 7 or 8 boat lengths off the docks. And the wind gets very light down there because of the buildings. It creates a picket fence effect. So there we go. Here comes Declan on port tack. Not good. There we go. First C2 regatta for her. Look at this, 9479 has actually got a pretty decent angle from this end. Still further downwind. So that start is C2 fleet. So you can't, these kids moved out of the Learn to Race fleet just within the last 6 months to 8. So what you want to do is look at the boats and look at the land behind them. We're probably moving a little too here. Yeah, so what this means is you're going left to right. This means that the ley line on your right is getting closer to you all the time. So you have to jibe on the early side. If you think you're getting near the ley line to get on port tack, you do it on the early side, because that the ley line over on this side is moving into you the whole time. Look at the mass and look at the buildings behind. You'll see that. They're all laying the mark on starboard tack, I believe, and Fenton is crabbing into the current a little. He's aiming to the left of the things. so that the current will carry them slowly right over like that. Cool. This is first and second in B race 1. Lorelei coming in here, perfect heel. Ramp the speed up just a little. First in B right there, looking perfect. Vang, the leech is bouncing just a tiny bit. Not too tight on the vang, not too loose. Long Beach Yacht Club. Yeah, they're all sailing with their boards up a lot. That's good. I like aggressive sailing. Here comes Lorelei in third and Clara Hannum. Fourth. Flying. Now, fleet management's a big deal. You know, learning how to manage the fleets here. And Hudson's winning the C1 fleet by a lot, and he's doing the Danny North. That's our theme. Yeah, and our new theme is once we get our balanced helm downwind where the boat is maybe turning a little lee helm, just turning down a little, we just keep the boat motionless. And then all we adjust is the boom vang. And then if we start to rock too much, we put a little more vang on. Like right now, he could snug the vang. See how the boat gets squirrely? He could just half an inch of vang and the boat will stabilize again. But that was good, nice work, killing it. Very light wind, so we got to remember to talk to the kids before next race. Very light wind up here. You've got to add a little heel to the boat, and you've got to sail with the main sheet a little looser. When you guys practice, really good to practice in current. You can see, look at L, you can see here kind of going sideways. You'll see these, at times you'll see the Sabot sliding sideways. That happens when the center board stalls. So this is second. Seven, 6, 3, 6 is third. Benton is just squeezing. If this was a start line, which end would you start at, Sasha? If that was a starting line? I'd probably start over there.
Yeah.
So you want to finish at this one. Come on, El, pinch. Pinch. You don't want to get too close in a sideways current, you'll hit them. So Fenton ended up 4th or 5th. Nice job, El. Great race. A relatively new A-fleeter there. Here comes Celeste. Steven coming in here. Celeste is going to beat all these guys. Remember, race 1, it's very light at the top of the course. Yeah, look at her. Look at her. She got him. Look at her. Always remember, Sabot Nationals, you guys, we're always practicing for our big events, Dutch Shoe, Under 12, Sabot Nationals. Do not affect other fleets, right? Here you're coming right down on top of a B fleeter. So you have to remember that we are out here for everybody, and people that pay attention do good in regattas. So it's a standard thing. People who pay attention, they're aware. Awareness is the #1 rule of a sailor. If you're aware of things, then you do the right thing. Do not sail through other boats who are still racing. It's disrespectful. And at Sabot Nationals, you get points penalty. Lorelei getting second here, very good. I like the heel we're sailing at, just not too much. I'm gonna make Jack heel a touch bit more, actually. He's sitting on the rail, heeling to windward sometimes. But their sail setup looks good. Nice tack right there. Oh, he is gonna come right in here. He's done well. This is a big gainer at the end. A and B fleet have finished race 1. Here comes the C1s, Hudson. So what we do now, if we have a good race or a bad race, what we do is we get to the start line, we take a 5-minute break. We say, what did we do good? What do we need to fix? What are we gonna do? And we drink and eat, and then we forget about that race. Even if you win it, you completely forget. All you're doing is going back to start clean on starboard tack. If I get a bad start, clean exit. Starboard tack, port tack, close haul. Watch the other boats around me just a little bit so I know I'm not reaching. Things like that. These guys have less than a minute for A fleet. 103.49 is a little close to the pin here. Oh, L's not going to make that. The current is going left to right. Race 2 for A. See how she can tack? That's a good move. We got Steven in the middle, Theo in the middle. I like that because they're going to end up the coaches got to these kids, and so this start is much more competitive, but you can see us going sideways. The current is coming in. Thank you, I'll get out of here. I had to bail out on that race too. L has got a ton of wind right here. These boats are going that way. The current over there, my theory is the current is coming against us over there, and it's not moving over there. To the right of these current lines, right through here, I think the current gets less and less over there. Look at her go, dude. I think she is right in this race. 2 minutes to go for the B fleet. My suggestion is, there's the pin. If these are B fleeters, they should be up where Clara is, up there, at least. We are going sideways. Look at the palm trees. Look at the committee boat end.
Yeah.
I think there's an I flag, in fact.
Oh.
But I don't see one. I don't know why. Oh, this is B fleet. I'm sorry. Duh. 103.96. So the pin is not as favored as it was in race 1. Orange boat. 9894, not our kid. She should stay extra high. You have to imagine that the pin is actually up there, a boat length and a half. In the last minute, you're gonna get, oh, Jack over. That's all right. He tried. I forgot to talk to Jack about how to sail the boat, not heeling over. Forgot to talk to him, but that's all right. Can't get to everybody. Lorelei, nice start. Orange boat. Clara Stewart, nice start. Pin was favored, but just not as much as it was. For race 2, this will be C1 fleet. Everybody's on starboard. The current is still going down the course on this side. C1's coming up here. That's 1 minute. Yeah, they're using a 4-minute rolling clock, so they're pretty generous with their communication with some of the younger fleets. Poppy knows she's early. She's kind of staying up away from the current. Again, you have to imagine that the pin end is 2 boat lengths or something further that way because of hard to hold. She's still early. Yeah. She should scull up hard, straight head to wind. Uh-oh. That's a little bit of a foul, maybe. That's okay at 30 seconds. If she could have, she should have just went on port tack. That's all right. Parker. But she did a good restart. Okay, Madeline needs to come way down. Reach, reach, reach. Reach. Look up at the sail and reach, reach, reach. There we go. Good recovery by Papa. Race 2, same thing. B fleet, pretty much everybody on starboard. So that indicates the wind is still southwest. It hasn't come over to the west, which is that way. West is pretty much right at that point, a little right there. Southwest, it's stubbornly staying southwest. But I think people are coming out of the right corner okay. Declan, first C2 regatta, 9162. She should be looking at the other boats a little and just going upwind a little bit. Try to stay away from this pin. The thing about, okay, now she should start going. She probably doesn't have a countdown watch. So we have 2 boats in this fleet, C2 fleet. Declan here, 9162, and Vlad. And the thing about a Naples Sabot is when the wind gets lighter, you have to be much calmer. You have to under trim the mainsail. You cannot pump the main, you can't yank it in. You need to be a little looser, and you have to anticipate light spots so that you don't bluff as you enter light spots, because if you lose speed, you'll just sit there. But Vlad and Declan, there's Vlad too tight. One of those is too tight on the main.
10076.
Yeah, 10076. You can see he's got his boom pulled down. And that works in the puffs. Medium wind. As soon as it gets light, he just pulled it in one. As soon as it gets light, that can kill you. The thing to remember for the bottom of the course is that there's rebound effect off those buildings. So the wind hits those buildings and stacks up. So you will see glass down there.
Right.
Here we go. Here's Vlad winning. I believe there's Lorelei winning B fleet.
And Vlad winning C2.
Jack second in B fleet. And that's a big rebound for Jack. He had a tougher end. Here's Vlad winning C2 fleet by a country mile. Also, a really good rebound for him too. I hope he sailed the course properly. He's so far ahead.
Yeah.
And there's Celeste winning A going to the finish line, I believe. And where's Declan? Is she around? No, not yet. That's all right. Hudson winning the C1 race. Parker second, Madeline third. No, that's not Madeline.
Oh.
No, that's 9060.
Oh.
Parker looking good. So I think these guys got first and second in the last race too. A fleet up there in the light air. Remember, this regatta is a lot about nationals. It'll be a lot about light air at the top of the course. We got to get good at. Oh, Hudson pulls it off. C1, he's got 2 bullets going now. So what he should do is think about all the good things he did, all the things he needs to work on, and then focus on the next start, clean start. Race 3, pin favored by a lot. Look at 793, he's not even laying it. Nice, L. Oh, too bad. That's all right. Oh, pin not favored by a lot. Look at Celeste. 102.86 wins a race, and then she wins the pin. And she points high, so 103.49 is not a problem for her. She's good at sailing right on the wind. If she gets headers, she doesn't always gain, but if she gets lifts, she sails away from people.
Alright guys, fresh race. First race of the day.
This is amazing racing. Every race is going to be a little different. If you want to be good in the Perry series, this is how you do it. Sabot A fleet. Look at Celeste. She sees Fenton on a big temporary lift. The wind is building a little, don't you think? I mean, the trees are moving up there.
Yeah.
I think it's just low tide. Low tide, we're lower. So she won the start, and that's okay. She just didn't get the same wind these guys got.
Okay, got it. Thanks, George.
She didn't get the same wind these guys got. These guys are going to tack on a really big lift, I think. Three, and I tell you, man, I'm left of middle. If I'm anybody, I'm starting left of middle. Look at these headers they're on. They're not even laying they're barely laying the pin. Look at Lorelei figuring it out. She recognized the pin's favor. She's just in reach mode. She should go up and luff, not reach down. She should head up and ease. One rock, see that? That's exactly what you do. You don't stand up and do 2 or 3 rocks. It's unsportsmanlike, and it's against the rules. She wants to tack so badly. That's good. She's just waiting a little longer. Yeah, that's all right. Now she's got a lane. There's Jack. Started in the middle intact. Clara and Clara are messing each other up. Kind of distracted there. See, that's B fleet 3. All the A fleeters are on starboard, so it's just stubbornly staying left. You can see the leader of the B fleet there just wound up the whole time. So the goal would be for this fleet would be to start left of middle on the starting line. And if you're lifted on starboard, stay a little while. Make sure you're going fast on starboard. And then you would get on port with a clear lane. This is the C1. Madeline dropping down a lot. Madeline and Hudson both dropping down too much. Yep, see how 9060 knows how to start well. and we went way below 9060. So what you do is you learn to read the fleet and you judge them and make sure you're getting yourself a little more lined up. Look at Poppy, exactly where I said her to start. Start a little bit away from the pin. Go, if it feels good, stay there, and then get on port tack when it doesn't feel good. Or A fleet. This is where you get good. Racing in the A fleet, because the boat is so challenging to get flow over the sails, flow over the leeboard. Again, it looks like the pin's favored. Fenton 10389, his style hasn't really fit these conditions. Earlier, starboard tack was very difficult because the current was going that way, and it made starboard difficult, and it made port easier because port was pointed straighter into the current. So port tack had less of an apparent wind effect. Starboard was getting an apparent wind header the whole time. So every kid agrees, port tack was easy. Now the current is slack. So it should be easier to sail on both tacks. Fenton started at the favored end, L9559, favored end. B fleet race 4. We just had a lunch break. We talked about a few things at lunch. Oh, darn. That boat just was really close. She did a good job of getting up away from her there a little bit. They're not using Appendix U. You have to have a watch for this, so we should start practicing with watches. Yes, good job, Clara. That was a good decision. Just ramp full speed, like Jack. Yeah, that was great. Pin not as favored as before. Too high.
Yes, this is Bay Barge. Go ahead.
And not luff your sail in a Sabot. That's the rule.
We're gonna have
Great start by Jack. So we call a grandparent. Send that to your grandparent. Lorelei 8577 having a great day and nice clean start. Clara Stewart, we wanted her to sit forward and trim tighter, but race 4 C1. You have to check your leeboard at like 2 minutes. Always remember that. You gotta make sure it didn't slip back, get knocked back, bump the coach boat, got knocked back. This is good. Poppy, the last time she started, she had too much speed at 40 seconds, 30 seconds. This time she knows, stick it up there and slow down. That's how we learn. Okay, here we go. Here's Hudson. Hudson probably not the best starting technique when you've won 3 races in a row. Very good. Yeah, the key is sailing like you're in first place all the time. You can have 3 races in a row that are pretty bad, and then you come right back out and round the weather mark first in the next race. All you can do is the last 2 races of the day, try to get top 3s. And there's 3 races, maybe 4 tomorrow. So you've still got we're just getting to the halfway point of the regatta. Good job. L in a solid 3rd here. Everybody's having good races and bad races. Except for 7938, I think. Okay, when you're going downwind, oh, those guys are match racing down there.
Yeah.
No overlap. Wow, I don't know how he kept his overlap. What I was gonna say is you watch the gate, the leaders go around if you're back here. And, you know, that's your first hint of which gate you're going to. Okay, what was that? Was that 1 minute? I think that was 1 minute for the C2s. And Vlad right here, 10076, I think has a first in the last 2 races, and the first race was not as good. He rebounded really well. There's Declan on port tack. We probably need to talk to Declan about being careful late port tack, but if she doesn't foul, it's okay. Nice. And she doesn't have a watch. First C2 regatta, so she's just going by Braille in this start. I did tell her to look at the other boats and try to stay more side by side with them. Here she goes. You have to look at the other boats. Good, there we go. Oh. C2s, remember this is C2s. fleet, race 4.
There's Lorelai.
Lorelai first, Clara Hannum third. Good rebounding. So again, it's all about not getting 2 races back to back. Not great if you're just focused on just keep playing the odds, sailing the boat right, sailing it at the right angle to the wind. A little higher in the headers, a little lower in the lifts, and keep the boat moving. Just changing modes a little. Over here in the right corner where there's no wind. And this is 2 fleets mixed up together, C2s and A's. And 7938 is winning the A's. Here's Fenton. 10028 is second in A's. Fenton's probably third. This is L. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks good. She is just perfect. Look at the trim on the, like right now, she'd just take note of her mainsail trim because she is just charging.
Getting right up close to Fenton.
Yeah, and these guys are just going to get out away from the C2s. They're just going to keep going. C1's coming downwind here. We got the puppy card. The racing is good because there's moments of hero and there's moments of zero for everybody, right? You're going upwind and you're in like third, then you're in sixth, and all of a sudden you get a little shift and you do a couple good tacks, and now you're back into second. It's just so up and down. And Poppy Card leading the fleet here. Again, we got to do the Danny North when we're nervous. We just got to get the heel set, get the boom out a little more, and just stay still. No, once you get moving, no rocking over here. Cool, look at that. C1's race 4. Here comes Hudson. He has 3 bullets so far in the C1s, and he's just flying. Look at that. Danny North, don't move, baby. Get it? Get the thing locked in. He's just on fire. These guys didn't see him. They should be heading towards him. Okay, Poppy winning. This is outstanding. This is her 3rd C1 regatta, I believe. I think it's her first 2-day C1 regatta. Oh, this current's still going left to right. That's all I'm just gonna tell you. The current is not easy. I haven't figured it out. But she definitely was going that way to the right.
Yeah.
Nice job, Poppy. Oh, good. Madeline got a 3rd the last race. That was a good rebound. And now we need her to catch up. Thing that kids have to remember, you got to steer the tiller and change the modes on the telltales. You got to go up a little and it barely luffs, and then down a little, and the leeward telltale might even wiggle a little. You got to be able to change modes and feel the difference. Look at that. Just flying upwind. 9060 is a really good little sailor. So if you can be ahead of her right now, you're doing well. The cool thing is I'm not sure if this is a B fleeter. No. This is a C2 right here.
So Declan's in second.
And here's Declan in second. First C2 regatta. She is on starboard. The other goes port. So she should be telling that other boat starboard. Yeah, well, she doesn't need to now. The buoy is right there. Nice work. She should start trimming right now. Trimming. Yeah, she's looking at the leech of her main. There we go. Yeah, nice. Unfortunately, she's got the main sheet caught on her top of her rudder, but she's steering outstanding. Oh, there it came off. Nice. Nice. Here we go, Lorelai Heim. Looks like she's going to win another B race, so this has been a good day for her. It looks windy over here on the left compared to Clara Hannum on the right. I think she's in trouble. Darn it. Darn it. These boats are going to pass her. They just got this. She's going to get a tack onto a header.
I saw that.
Last race for Saturday. Lowell North Perpetual Series Regatta number, what number North Series is this? 3. Fenton Wallace 103.98 has won it 2 years in a row this series. And he's having a day today. He just got a third or fourth in that race, so that's better. 103.89. He is trying to just start down the line. This is the windiest part of the day. This is when Long Beach gets good, late afternoon. He was talking to that girl.
Yeah.
She just stuffed him. Oh, bummer. He didn't see her coming. That's all right. He's really good in this type of breed. That was a really good tack. He missed that boat by about 3 inches. Here's L. That's okay, Celeste. Good start. Ooh, don't bluff. These guys are gonna come out this one. Next race on Saturday. A Fleet coming down. This guy is having an outstanding regatta. Theo 103.92 having a pretty good race. Fenton over here. Steven 102.08 having a better race. So it's going to be really tight on the results. There's only 2 boats that are doing well every single race. This guy and 100.28. And we've got the C1 Fleet starting over here. I asked Madeline just to start right at the boat. We're trying to get her on the rail at a lower lower wind speed. See that? Yeah, and we're trying to get her to steer by feel a little. You head up from there, and the boat will slow down a little, and then you go back. But you gotta have a nose for the windward mark. Trying to climb. She's too loose on the main. You know, you could say put a mark on it, but you want to get kids looking at sails and looking at her boom, so better to under trim than over trim. There she goes. Nice. We have B Fleet coming downwind in the last race. I'm lucking out. No A Fleeters are coming at me. Clara Hanna winning the B race. Lorelei Heim right behind it. Lorelei's had a big day. C2 Fleet. We've got 2 boats in this 9162 light blue boat. Wyatt Kelly's old boat. The current San Diego Junior Yachtsman of the Year, Wyatt Kelly, his old boat, 9162. And we got Vlad. I hope I don't hit this mini boat. Getting really bad video here. Okay, Vlad. What we're trying to do for Vlad is calm down his violent rocking upwind. And also, you know, he'll get pinching when he gets a boat right next to him. He'll start pinching up and slow himself down. Okay, I better get out of here. Sun's popping out here, beautiful. Vlad here, 10076, looking very good in his fleet. First or second for sure. And the cool thing is I think we got Madeline Carriage over here. I think she's doing really good this race. Look at Madeline.
Yeah, puppy. I'm just gonna do a ballerina
It's on
twirl there.
one hand, 1 foot on the rail. Look at that. That's funny.